I won't sugarcoat it. The United States has entered a dark moment in our nation's history. Today, Donald Trump and his administration arrested a Wisconsin judge. Why? For allegedly obstructing ICE enforcement mechanisms. So, the backstory behind this was that a Wisconsin judge, Judge Hannah Dugan, was allegedly obstructing an ICE official's ability to detain an individual who appeared before her charged with a misdemeanor by essentially allowing him to leave and telling ICE agents that he was going a different direction. Now, there's a lot of back and forth about this. There's a lot of significant concern about this. Number one, because ICE didn't have an arrest warrant, they had a civil administrative warrant for his detainment. Number two, there was a question whether or not ICE even had jurisdiction, and she was trying to figure that out. Number three, this is one of the first times ICE agents have taken on and arrested a, a judge. If we're arresting judges now in America, which is theoretically a potentially an infringement upon Article 1, upon the separation between the judiciary and the executive, well then, folks, we could be heading down a very dark path. Now, a lot of folks have asked how you can support my work. The easiest way to do so, subscribe to my Substack. Click the button below. Let's continue speaking truth to power together. Now, federal agents legal experts and immigrant advocates are alarmed, calling the arrest of a sitting judge unprecedented and warning serious implications for the judiciary's independence. But folks, that's not all right now. This evening, Georgia Senate Democratic Senator Jon Ossoff became the first senator to call for Donald Trump's impeachment. He appeared at a town hall in Cobb County, saying that there is no doubt that Trump's actions have gone far beyond the past standards set for impeachment by the House of Representatives, saying that there is no question that several of Donald Trump's actions qualify as an impeachable offense. We'll see if more senators follow his lead. George Santos, the disgraced former New York congressman, has been sentenced to more than 7 years in federal prison, 87 months to be exact, for defrauding New Yorkers and identity theft. He's required to report to the federal prison by July 25th, in just about 2 months. The Trump administration suffered another loss in court today. A federal judge has stopped the administration from carrying out Trump's executive order that targeted weakening unions for federal employees. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky admitted that Ukraine does not have the military strength to retake Crimea, but he called on the international community to keep pressure on Russia, which has been illegally occupying the territory since 2014. Donald Trump, meanwhile, criticized Kiev and Ukraine for not finalizing a rare earths deal with the United States. He posted on Truth Social saying that Ukraine is at least 3 weeks late in signing the agreement and urged it to be signed immediately. Donald Trump is also criticizing judges for pushing to hold trials for individuals his administration wants to deport, saying that the courts are holding us back. Essentially, he wants to eliminate due process for undocumented migrants, even though the United States Supreme Court has, on multiple occasions, ruled that even if you are undocumented, if you are a person in the United States within its jurisdiction, then you have some sort of due process. And as a result, Trump's approval ratings, especially with independent voters, well, it's hitting an all-time low, down to just 29%, according to a new New York Times Siena poll. Trump also said today that he's unlikely to approve another delay on his so-called reciprocal tariffs, saying that nations have now less than 90 days to make a deal. Otherwise, they could face tariffs as high as 50%. And he said that a pause is, quote, unlikely. When asked about Pete Hegseth's Signal chat, he said, quote, I don't view Signal as important. I think that's fake news. Donald Trump also said that he won't lift tariffs on China unless they offer something, quote, substantial, hinting he wants greater access for U.S. trade. The Trump administration is retreating from a legal battle over ICE actions that threaten the immigration status of thousands of international students. In court, DOJ attorneys said immigration officials are working on a new system to review and terminate student records more fairly and will no longer cancel status based solely on database matches. A policy framework for handling at SEVIS record terminations is now in development. And finally, consumer sentiment has dropped 8% in the month of April compared to the previous month, with a final reading of 52.2, according to the University of Michigan's latest survey released Friday. Consumers are still nervous about inflation, folks. As always, thank you so much for your support. If you want to support my work, please consider subscribing to my Substack by clicking the button below. It means the world to me. And I will see you once again in the morning for another morning news rundown. So take care, everyone.